Once upon a time, there was a little boy named Eli. He had bright blonde hair that shone like the sun and the biggest, happiest smile whenever he saw something with wheels. Eli loved motorbikes, monster trucks, and racing, vroom, zoom. He would pretend to race around his house, imagining himself as the fastest racer in the world. But Eli had another favourite place to visit, the beach. He loved the feeling of the soft sand between his toes and the sound of the ocean waves crashing on the shore. Whenever he went to the beach, he would build the biggest and tallest sandcastles with towers that reached high into the sky. One sunny morning, Eli woke up feeling extra excited. Today was going to be a super special day because he was going on a big adventure with his family and his baby sister Darcy. Darcy was only 1 month old and still very small, but Eli loved her so much. He couldn't wait to show her how much fun he had on his adventures. "Can we go to the beach today? I want to build the biggest sandcastle ever," Eli asked, bouncing up and down with excitement. "Of course," said his family. "We'll pack up your bucket and spade, and maybe we'll even see some big monster trucks on the way." "Monster trucks? Yes, please," Eli cheered, imagining the huge wheels and the loud engines roaring as they raced down the beach. They packed up the car with all their beach toys, a blanket, and a cosy little spot for baby Darcy to rest. As they drove along the road, Eli looked out of the window and imagined himself riding on a speedy motorbike, zooming past the cars. Vroom, vroom. "Look, Eli, there's a monster truck," someone in the family pointed out. Eli's eyes widened as he saw the giant truck with its big wheels rolling down the road. "Wow, that's so cool," he said. "Maybe one day I can drive one." When they arrived at the beach, Eli ran straight to the sand, carrying his bucket and spade. He scooped up big piles of sand, building towers and walls around his castle. Darcy lay nearby, smiling and watching her big brother. She was too small to play right now, but Eli knew that one day they would build sandcastles together. As Eli worked on his sandcastle, he imagined something amazing. What if he could drive his very own monster truck around his sandcastle? He closed his eyes and pretended he was in the biggest, loudest truck, racing over the dunes, jumping over hills, and spinning around the towers he had built. The crowd cheered as Eli's monster truck zoomed through the sand. "Eli, your castle looks amazing," his family said. "Thanks, I'm pretending my monster truck is racing around it. Vroom, vroom," Eli said, making loud engine sounds. After a while, Eli sat down next to his sandcastle, feeling happy and proud. The waves gently lapped at the shore, and the sun began to set, painting the sky in soft pinks and oranges. "Do you know what time it is?" someone asked. Eli looked up, thinking for a moment. "Is it time for my next adventure?" His family smiled. "It's time for a special adventure, bedtime." Eli giggled. "But I want to race a little longer." "You'll need to rest up so you can have even bigger adventures tomorrow," his family said, picking up Darcy, who was yawning sweetly. "And who knows, maybe you'll dream about riding motorbikes or driving monster trucks in your sleep." Eli smiled at the thought. He knew that even though the day was coming to an end, bedtime meant a whole new kind of adventure, in his dreams. He could ride the fastest motorbikes, drive the biggest monster trucks, and build the tallest sandcastles, all while snuggled up in his bed. As the family packed up and headed home, Eli looked at Darcy, who was already asleep. "Good night, little sis," he whispered. "We'll go on big adventures together soon." That night, as Eli lay in his cozy bed with his favourite blanket and toy car beside him, he closed his eyes and drifted off into the most exciting dream. In his dream, he was racing his motorbike across a sandy beach, with monster trucks jumping over sandcastles and the ocean waves cheering him on. And as he raced through his dreamland, Eli smiled, knowing that tomorrow would bring even more fun, and maybe a brand new adventure with his family. The end.